about you, dear, don't know what I'd do. In this heart of mine, you live all the time.
Hello people of the internet, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another thrift haul. So I haven't done a thrift haul in 10 months. I want to try and film this video as quickly as I can. This battery might die, and I have two other ones, but they're also dead, so the items that I'm going to show you in this haul are pretty much stuff that I have collected over the past couple thrift trips or so. I just went thrifting yesterday, and then some of this other stuff is from some weeks ago. Now, I'm not going to show you all the clothes that I got because, listen, here's the thing. I live in Texas, and, you know, it's been cold. Somewhat, you know, there's some days where you need a sweater, but then there's also days like today where it's like 80 degrees. So I have a lot of sweaters, and I feel like that's boring. Like, no one wants to see sweaters. Nothing special about them, so I'm just going to skip those, but I'm going to show you some highlights of some things that I do actually think are kind of interesting. And the first one is a sweater, even though I just said sweaters are boring. So this sweater here is actually a little bit different, though, because it is vintage. Where's the tag? Hi. So this is from Christy Brooks. Never heard of it, but you know what? Does that not look 80s? Like the pattern, just something about it. 80s. Again, 80 degrees, don't need it anymore, even though I did weeks ago, but it's fine. Now, I don't really wear hoodies all that often, but this hoodie says Daughter of the King. I've been wearing this once a week. So that's why I'm showing it to you guys. I love this hoodie. It's very comfortable. Good message, you know. Love that. Next, we also have this. It's kind of heavy. Why is this so heavy? So this here is, what is this? A blazer? A top. It's a top. I don't know. And it is from the brand Talbots. And I just love the lace on it. I think it looks very classy. I have a couple vests here, which I don't usually wear, but listen, Fran Fine from The Nanny, she is my style inspiration. So anytime I see a vest, I think of her. I also think of Hillary from Fresh Prince. You know, vests, I just think of those two lovely gals, and I want to dress like them. So I found this at the thrift, and of course I had to buy it because it just screams Fran Fine. Like, I think this with like a turtleneck underneath would be really cute. This one here, I love the color scheme of. It kind of goes along with that other blazer top thingy that I just showed you guys. But I like the pattern of it, and I also love the buttons too, just very classy. And again, this would be cute with something layered underneath. Next, I have some skirts. So here's the thing, I love wearing skirts. I don't like wearing jeans. Like, I hate jeans. I'm not gonna lie to you. This first one that I found, unfortunately, does not fit me. And it's really sad. But this, I only paid $4 for, so it was worth it. I was doubtful that it was gonna fit me when I saw it in the thrift store, but dry clean only, which I will note, guys, I have a number of clothing that is supposed to be dry clean only, and I never get them dry clean, so they're just dirty. So, just saying, genuine cow, 100%. So there is no give to this at all, which is why it does not fit me. But then yesterday I found this leather skirt, which is green, as you can literally see on the screen, and I love the buttons that goes all the way down the center, and it does feel like 70s to me. I think if you wore this with like a vintage blouse or something, it would look really cute. Just vintagey, that's not a word, but you know what? We're gonna make it a word. These are so comfortable. I tried them on in the store, and they have, first of all, have pockets. I love a skirt with pockets, or dresses especially, but I like that the waistband is stretchy because, you know, if you've been eating that day, been eating a lot of food, you're gonna need that stretchy waistband, and I eat a lot of food, so. And then I also got one in black, which is the exact same skirt, just a different color. That way you have options. Next, I have this purse here, which, if you guys watched my past thrift hauls, you know that I love purses, first of all. Do I need more purses? No. Do I want more purses? Yes. Do I use the same purse all the time, despite having so many? also yes, but I just love purses, and I love the beaded purses especially. So this one, I could not pass it up. It was also on sale too, so I think I only paid like maybe $2 for it. Next, moving on to the kitchenware, bakeware, that kind of thing. I pretty much always pick up this stuff because listen, one day I'm gonna have to like stock a kitchen of my own, and so I want to have lots of dishes and other things like that. First up, we have this amazing vintage Pyrex butter dish. I actually do not have anything from the Pyrex company, I guess you could say. So I was really excited when I found this. I actually didn't know that it was Pyrex until I got home. It does say Pyrex on the bottom, which you're not going to be able to see on camera, but I just looked it up online and found out that it was Pyrex. So this is really cool. Next, I have this mixing bowl that has apples on it. Listen, I just love cute, like, kitchenware that has, like, bears, fruit, and, like, other things like that. And so when I saw this, I debated on whether or not I should even buy it, but I ultimately, as you can see, did buy it. We have this set here, which I got from Goodwill for $5, and I think this is China, technically. So as you can see, there are 2 little plates on top, and I just love the color. First of all, this is my favorite color, and I like the gold trim around the edge, and then there's 3 larger plates. Next, I got this plate set from Goodwill for only $3.99, and there are 4 of them, and I just love the little heart trim that's around the edge. These would be good just for, you know, everyday use. And these are Corelle. Wait, don't Corelle plates have lead in them? Hold on. Do Corelle plates have lead in them?
According to Quora, as long as a Corelle dish does not have any painted on patterns or designs, especially on inner surfaces of plates, bowls, the risk of lead exposure is minimal. It is the painted portions that may lead into food.
Okay, so here's the thing. This plate does have painted portions. Do vintage Corelle plates have lead in them?
According to Quora, the lead risk comes from the lead-based paints that were used for the decorative patterns. As long as a Corelle dish does not have any painted on patterns or designs, especially on inner surfaces of plates, bowls, the risk of lead exposure is minimal.
So in other words, I'm going to get lead poisoning, I guess, if I use these plates. We'll deal with that when that time comes. Anyways, next I got this bread tray. And I actually looked up the date on this tray, and I want to say it was maybe from the 20s or 30s. Maybe even 40s. I don't know, somewhere around then, but it says, "Give us this day our daily bread," which I love, and can just put like a nice loaf of bread on there for dinner. So some of you might be thinking, Kiana, do you have a purpose for purchasing this? And to that I would say no. But look how cute it is. It is a Disney Babies sippy cup. This was really cheap because it was on sale, so I just grabbed it. But like, and I also dropped it, but like vintage Disney Babies. Like, one day, you know, my children will consume drinks out of this. I don't know, I like vintage, nostalgic things. Speaking of children, I did find this yesterday, which I would have to say is probably my favorite thrift find recently. This, I first of all knew it was vintage from like a mile away. All I saw was the spine, and I just grabbed it and then looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, that's vintage. So I don't know how I have that superpower, but I just do. But this thing is a vintage baby book, and it has never been used. Thank you. Okay, but I looked this up, and this is actually from 1947. Hopefully you guys can see that. But yeah, so this is from 1947, and it is meant to be used, like, for the first 5 years of a child's life. You know, you can put in their name, and what their name is, all their measurements, what is this? Identification marks. and all of that kind of stuff, their first words, first steps. I love the little art that is in this book. That's actually part of the reason why I figured it was vintage. It just seems very old-timey. That's not a word, but we're gonna use it. And then there's also like a section for the family tree, which I think is cool. And yeah, it's in pretty good condition. The only thing is, the thrift store put a sticker on it, and then I took the sticker off and it ripped it. So that's fun, but other than that, I'm pretty impressed that it has never been written in and it is so old. And do I have children? No. So this is for my non-existent children. Yay. Okay, so this curtain, by the way, I have like it rigged on top of my entertainment stand. I have a Ferris Bueller's Day Off tape keeping it in place, and I also had a can of olives that just fell on my thigh. So I'm probably going to have a bruise there tomorrow. That's really cool. Yay! So if you have seen any of my previous thrift hauls, then you already know I like to thrift things that are nostalgic, just anything that reminds me of like my childhood, you know, TV shows, cartoons, that kind of thing. And it kind of is a double purpose because right now I just collect them for fun, but in the future, you know, I can pass them on. So first of all, I found this at the thrift store, and I just went down memory lane because I used to have this exact book set. So this is from Sesame Street, and it is an alphabet book series. But what's cool about this is that if you flip them over, they actually make a puzzle and you can link them all together, which is kind of cool. And yeah, I just got them because I remember having them, and I also do collect vintage Sesame Street stuff from like the 80s and 90s. I also got these vintage Barney books. These are from 1994, and I originally just found one of them, and then I found some others scattered throughout the book section, so I'm glad I found all of them. But you know, I used to watch Barney when I was younger, so like this is nostalgic. There's this one, there's Baby Bop, which first of all, okay, can we just take a moment? Like, I know that Barney is nostalgic for many of us, but like, Baby Bop is creepy. Like, you can't look at that and tell me that that is not creepy. She's scary. And then there's also BJ. BJ's Fun Week. Ooh, scary. I don't like that at all. Next, I have a couple vintage puzzles. So this first one here is from 1973. In one of my previous thrift hauls, I did find a bunch of play school puzzles. A lot of them were Disney, I believe. And so you can watch that video if you'd like. But again, just saving them for future kids, and I just think they're cool. So this is definitely pretty old. This one is kind of made of cardboard, I think, but still neat regardless. And then this other one is from the 50s and 60s? 50s or 60s, and it is made of solid wood. The only thing is there is one piece missing. So that's fun. We'll never find that piece again. And lastly, I found this Barbie puzzle, which was $2.99. Actually, this was on sale because green tags were on sale yesterday. But of course, I'm going to pick up vintage Barbie things, so definitely had to grab that. I'm glad I went down the aisle. Listen, if you go to thrift stores, always go down the board game aisle because you can find... I almost got hit in the head by a second can of olives. I think that's my sign to just end the video. And next time not have a setup that is going to kill me, so yeah.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.